I had to get away from them, from those who pretended to clap while secretly hoping I'd fall, the ones who hid their bitterness behind fake smiles, slipped poison into compliments, and masked envy as concern. Best friends, family. The moment I started glowing, looking better, feeling stronger, getting the respect I'd always deserved, I saw it. The energy shifted. Their eyes changed. Their tone changed. Suddenly, my wins felt like threats to them. And that's when I knew I couldn't stay around people who only loved me when I was losing. They just wanted me close enough to keep down. And I had to learn something the hard way. Not everyone claps when you win. Some people only liked you when you were struggling, when you were beneath them, when they could look down on you and feel better about their own life. But the moment you start rising, even just a little, they get uncomfortable. They get bitter. The truth is, their problem isn't with me. It's with themselves. I'm just the mirror showing them what they're not doing, what they're not becoming, what they gave up on. And instead of learning from me or cheering me on, they'd rather tear me down. It's sad, but it's real. Some of these people, they watched me give them everything I had: time, support, love, loyalty. I showed up for them every time they needed me. And how did they repay me? They turned their backs. They talked behind mine. They used my kindness as weakness. And once they drained all the goodness from me, they threw me aside like I was nothing. So I had to distance myself, not because I hate them, not because I wish them harm, but because I finally started loving me. And loving me means protecting my peace. It means choosing myself every single time. Because if I don't choose me, they'll keep draining me dry, and I'll be the one stuck, angry, confused, hurt, while they go on pretending like they did nothing wrong. I can't do that anymore. I've worked too hard to get to where I am now. I'm not lowering my standards or dulling my light to make them feel better about themselves. Some people only check in to see if you've failed yet. They're not rooting for you. They're watching, waiting, hoping you fall so they can say, "I knew it." That's not love. That's not friendship. That's not family. That's emotional sabotage. I had to get away from that. I had to accept that some people only want the broken version of me, the version they could control, the one that needed them, the one that didn't know their own worth. But now that I do, now that I found strength, confidence, self-respect, they can't handle it. They hate themselves and feel insecure around me. I can feel it, even when they try to act nice, even when they smile or give a compliment. There's this tension behind it, this gritted teeth energy, like they're forcing themselves to be polite. But underneath, it's hate, envy, insecurity, and I can feel it in my bones. You know what I realized? When you start healing, when you start growing, when you start setting boundaries and speaking up for yourself, you'll lose people. And it'll hurt at first. You'll question yourself. Wonder if you're the problem. But you're not. You're just no longer easy to manipulate. And that makes you dangerous. You're no longer willing to be the emotional bin, the therapist, the shoulder to cry on with nothing in return. You're no longer accepting one-sided love, one-sided loyalty, one-sided effort. And some people can't handle that version of you. Let them go. Let them talk. Let them paint their little stories about how you changed, about how you're cold now, about how you think you're better. Let them lie. Because the truth is, you are better. Not better than them, just better than the version of you that tolerated less than you deserved. And I know it's not easy. Walking away from people you've known for years, saying no to people you love. But protecting your peace will cost you connections. It will, but it's worth it. Because peace is priceless. You are not here to be used. You are not here to be drained. You are not here to carry everyone else's baggage while your own soul gets crushed. You're here to rise, to grow, to thrive, to become everything they said you'd never be. And guess what? The more you focus on yourself, the more that becomes possible. So take the distance as a blessing. Let them whisper. Let them sulk. Let them say what they want. Their opinions don't pay your bills. Their jealousy doesn't define your worth. Their approval isn't your purpose. You know who you are. And from this day forward, that's the only voice that matters.